Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
I don't have many notes. I do have some notes. Look, I've been a little bit busy today preparing for you.
That's okay, because we have an expert in this field.
We do.
So, anyways. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus. I am your clueless leader. And tonight is a joyous, joyous occasion. Roll call time. I have Miss Muffin.
Hi, y'all.
Daniel followed me to his house.
I followed you to my own house.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes.
He's like,
Like always, I'm here.
Tonight,
Always here.
after over a year hiatus, just barely over a year hiatus, the return of Grayson Fielding.
How's your mama now?
How's it feel to be back stateside?
It's still weird, but I'm having a blast. I'm just glad to be here, period.
Yeah,
Sure you don't want to share?
we're glad to have you back.
Oh, no. We're not sharing tonight.
Do I?
What?
he's like,
He
what?
said a chair.
No, I don't want a chair.
He don't want a chair.
I said a chair.
A chair.
Listen,
You
I'm
said
just,
chair.
I'm just glad to be here, okay?
Yeah, he's just happy to be here.
So, in
He's all
honor,
full of burgers. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Burgers.
fantastic burgers.
Good burgers.
Hey, anybody that's listening to this, a 2/3 to 1/3 ratio mix ground beef to breakfast sausage
Fantastic.
It's-
Cooked on a
patties.
flat top.
It's
cooked on a flat
fabulous.
top. Delicious.
Then you have to go to Waffle House.
Delicious. We even had the grilled onions without having to go to Waffle House. Bourbon soaked grilled onions.
Bourbon soaked.
Those were good too.
Yeah, those were phenomenal.
So, but anyways, in honor of Mr. Fielding being back, we're going to have a discussion about mil-spec vehicles, more specifically towards the line of motorcycles.
I was like, I didn't go vehicles. I did motorcycles. I don't know what information you hoped I got.
I think there's only a handful on the other side, the four-wheel plus variety.
Yeah.
But we're going to keep this conversation towards motorcycles.
I mean, it is called the Daily Biker.
It is a Daily Biker
Yeah.
podcast.
Although we do stray.
I
from
do.
time to
We
time.
do
We
go
go down
down
the
30-minute
rabbit
tangents
hole
about
time
electric
to
cars
time.
every once in a
It
while.
happens.
We
It
have been
happens.
there.
People tend to like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
So-
it's just like, you said multiple times. I've tried to, where I was at, I couldn't, download my exact location, so I'd use a VPN, unfortunately. But listening to and hearing other people talk about what they like to listen to and what they're listening to, it's never, oh, hey, we're going to talk about mil-spec vehicles today. But I can promise you a street light is going to be brought up. There's probably someone who would say something about something silly like a diner. Everything is brought about. Honestly,
Imagine
we could
a-
be talking about chickens crossing the road in 20 minutes.
Imagine
Oh,
a
yeah.
T-barred up mil-spec street light.
Which would be dope.
Oh.
I would sign up for that.
He's on for that.
It's like,
Anyways.
I'm gonna go re-enlist. You know
So-
what you're gonna get with that?
Right?
So,
Put that in front of a recruiting office.
speaking
There you
of mil-spec vehicles, where are we starting at? We're starting down at the bottom. We start like the oldest. I don't know how you get your research laid out.
So there's a bunch that I didn't get a chance to do today, and I apologize. But I started with the U.S. Like I got five that were actually put into service in
Okay.
the United States military. And
So
then I pulled out some random
we're
ones.
talking in service,
In-
not prototype.
not prototype, like actually
Okay.
given to or purchased by the U.S. military for military service and saw military service.
Yeah.
Now there are probably some that I
Yeah.
did not find because you know what, details on a lot of these are not
Right.
available.
Yeah. So what do we got on this list? What's the first thing on the list?
Harley Davidson 17 FJ.
So a 17 FJ.
It was used to fight Pancho Villa.
Oh, so we're talking early
Early.
Harley.
Yeah.
Really? So, like, I guess
Single.
mounted cavalry,
Yeah.
Yes.
instead of being on horses, they were using bikes.
Just so you know, they didn't catch Pancho Villa though.
Yeah, I think Willie Nelson has a song about that.
Yeah, they did. But those also transferred over into the First World War.
Yep.
So they put those into service. U.S. bought about 20,000 of them.
That's a pretty good number for production at that point
Yeah.
in time.
So during that same time, I couldn't find any true information on the engine or the output. It was
It was probably, if I had to guess, it was probably literally whatever the standard civilian spec model was.
That's what it looked like. They had like 5 pictures,
Yeah.
and it looked like your standard.
Well,
civilian.
at that point in time, which we'll get to like the WLAs and stuff like that, there's not a whole lot of difference versus civilian versus mil spec. Besides, like, oh, no headlight. It wasn't like they did the Jeep.
Oh no,
the
it
Jeep
still had a headlight.
No, the only difference was knobby tires and a headlight. It was knobby tires and a paint job.
well, and a gun holster.
Well,
I mean-
and most of it, and a majority of them came with sidecars.
Pictures of these.
Yeah.
The only pictures that I could find literally looked like a civilian motorcycle that a soldier was riding, and it had a gun holster attached to it. That was it.
Yeah, rifle holster
Yep.
on the front.
Had a rifle holster for a 30-40 Krag.
Yeah.
I'd take one of those too.
So that's pretty interesting, though. I never would have thought that far back.
So in the research I could find, that was the first U.S. military purchased motorcycle,
Okay.
and it went into World War One. Now, World War One in the U.S., you also had another company making motorcycles.
Well, I was going to ask you, did you have Indian on that list too?
Yeah.
Indian made the Power Plus Big Twin.
Okay.
That was the name of it.
And that's what got all those young little soldiers hurt.
Was that World War One?
World War
I
One.
know they produced some bikes for the military, but I didn't know
They
when.
only made it from 1917 to 1919, so strictly World War One.
Okay.
And it was a military vehicle. That's all they did with it. Now,
Which 1919 is just a couple years before I was born.
yeah. Is it though?
Is
I
it
thought
though?
you remembered that. Yeah.
Dude had a Jesus
Weren't you in that
Star
movie?
jacket.
In 1917.
1917.
1917?
So Indian, I couldn't find much information. Now they probably did sell to the U.S. military,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find any real production numbers on what they sold and was put into service.
Correct.
Harley Davidson for
Apparently
the US,
not enough.
Not enough to actually be noteworthy.
Well, not enough to keep the company afloat either.
Yeah, well, that's now for the Second World War. You start now for Harley the WLA. Everybody knows the WLA.
Yeah.
Which, to clarify, you have WL for civilians.
Yeah.
WLA, the A just meant Army.
So apparently,
Phil's like, I didn't know that.
No. So the only reason I do know that is because
You're in the Army?
when you have 9 months of nothing to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
What they found out was at the beginning when they were sending those over, they were too high horsepower and people
Yeah.
were getting hurt.
Yeah.
So then they started producing them with less horsepower.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the
So
Power
the original. So I did actually find some
Yeah, with the
information. about them.
WL-45.
So the original ones did have. They were hopped up.
Yep.
They had put as much power.
And
in
that's
that.
what they did because it's the Army. Like, hey,
Yeah.
give it to them.
So
And
were
they-
those being shipped with sidecars, or were they adding sidecars?
They were adding sidecars from Harley. They were not shipped with sidecars.
Okay.
They were put onto a ship as a bike alone,
Okay.
and sidecars were made,
Yep.
but not mated to the bike prior to bringing them over to Europe.
Okay.
Now I don't know if that's true in all cases.
I wonder if they were showing up in crates or if they were just showing up on a
I'd
ship.
imagine they're showing.
They were showing
We-
in crates.
I was about to say, Jeeps were showing up in pieces in
Yes.
crates, and they had to put
Yes.
them together.
Well, so
Yeah.
that's what they had to do with the WLAs. All the wheels were off. There's no gas in it, no oil, anything like that. It was all just
Yeah.
together as small in a crate as they could possibly make it.
Now, back 85 years ago when I was working at another Harley dealership, we had a regular customer that was a collector that had a WL. And that was why I was saying, I know they were in crates. I didn't know if they were shipping them in crates. He had a WL still in crate.
Yeah,
So,
Well, that's impressive.
That's
Yeah.
very impressive.
But I mean,
which is kind of a shame,
well,
though.
he bought, well,
Yeah.
he used to go to these government auctions all the time. And at that period of time, they still had closed crate auctions as well. So you were buying closed military crates,
That's
and they were the wooden crates.
Yeah.
And he said some of these crates, guys would open it up, and it was full of fatigues. But the whole thing about it was they didn't open it. You didn't know what was inside of it.
right.
Yeah.
So guys knew dimensions, and guys would be like, well, that size box could only be one of these three things and stuff like that. He
Little
said,
do you know, we opened it and filled it up with other crap.
yeah, he said Jeep still went fairly expensive because Jeep was in a big box, nothing else was in that big box.
Yeah.
So
I've seen those before.
I can't speak for like the Jeeps, but I know like in modern day stuff. I mean, we still to this day we're still getting Humvees. Those come.
That were made 40 years ago.
Well, no, I mean mine personally, the one that I use here has 200 miles on it. It's brand new,
Yeah.
like to us. But you get the Humvee.
It's a 1975 model.
Right.
Yeah.
You get the Humvee, but you also get a crate with it, and that crate is a complete another running Humvee.
Yeah.
So when you parts break, you don't have to go. It's this. You go over to this crate.
So you get a Demon crate for $1.
Yes.
That's cool.
100%.
Yeah, man, yeah.
100%.
That's cool.
So-
It would have been just better off, though, if they'd sent you a whole Banks turbocharger kit to go with that.
I mean, that'd be cool. All those non-turbo things. Never mind.
Never mind.
So apparently the United States bought 90,000 of these during the war.
WLAs?
WLAs.
Okay.
So you know who the next biggest buyer of WLAs was during the Second World War?
The British.
Nope. We did send some to the British, but they were not the next biggest buyer.
Ooh. India.
The Russians.
Russians.
The Russians bought 30,000 WLAs.
Well, I mean, at that point in time, they were on our side.
Yes, at that time.
I mean, yeah.
They were the next biggest buyer of the WLA.
Yeah, it feels weird having Germany on our side and Russia against us.
Well, I mean, on base, Germans were some of our best friends.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Well, in Chattanooga, it's not a big deal to have Germans being your friends.
Well, yeah. But I mean, but I also understand that. I get that. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Like, it's like somebody did a flip.
Well, yeah, because America said, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, motorcycles.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
So
Well, and
during the Second World War, Indian also tried to put a motorcycle in. The 841.
FTR.
It's a 45 cubic inch transverse V-twin, similar to like what you get on a Moto Guzzi.
Okay.
And nobody wanted it. And the U.S. didn't adopt it. They sent like 5 prototypes. The U.S. said, nope.
We'll take more Harleys.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. So the WLA ran from 42 to 52 in military service.
Well, I think the whole deal, too, though, with the Harleys is because you already had a bunch of guys that
We're familiar with the Harleys.
were familiar with the Harleys.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just in war, they were coming
Yeah.
back from war and riding the Harleys
Right.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So I will say the Harley pretty much had the longest running military service, the WLA, out of any motorcycle.
You're good.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing something there.
I am. I'm turning up the gain a touch.
Harley actually tried to bring out another bike near the end of the Second World War, the XA.
What was that?
It was a Boxer twin.
In 3 wheels.
Well, no. 2 wheels, but they also made it with 3.
Yeah, so the 3-wheel one was really cool, though, because the same rear wheels as what was on a Jeep.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. Because Wheels Through Time has one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you could use the spares off of a Jeep on that.
Yep.
So that one didn't really see much military service. They brought it into Korea.
Yeah,
And
Wheels Through
Vietnam.
Time has a two-wheel boxer and the 3-wheel
And
boxer.
The only reason they made those because they liked the reliability of the German R90s or whatever R75s that they were running at the time.
Yeah,
R17s.
whatever it was.
So the essentially it was a copy of the German engine
Yeah.
in a Boxer configuration, but made by Harley Davidson, and it didn't really go anywhere.
Well, I bet them things are rare.
They are, because they never truly saw military service. The only time they saw military service was in prototype situations. Because the WLA, as far as military service goes, which I couldn't find anything between the WLA and the KLR 650.
So, but
Bikes didn't really-
before we get that far, did you have any other country stuff?
I got a little bit from the UK and Italy. Now, you had Moto Guzzi made a few motorcycles. Obviously, BMW made motorcycles, as we've all seen, from the movies and everything. Russia.
Everybody has seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Russia had the Ural.
Okay.
Uh,
Which we now have the Ural.
Japan actually used a Harley copy. The
Surprising for
Ruku
Japan.
or something like that. But it was
wasn't the Fat Boy.
it was basically a WLA copy.
Okay.
And
Sounds more like a China thing.
Japan. So basically what I did is I found 2 interesting ones and then another Harley for
Well, I want to know, did you get the rabbit on the list?
no,
I want to know who made the rabbit.
like the Volkswagen Rabbit.
No, the motorcycle.
That's what I was thinking. The Volkswagen Rabbit.
Are you talking about that paratrooper motorcycle?
Nope. The half track.
That was the Germans.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but was it a BMW?
It was a BMW. No, it was not a BMW. It was
Probably a Volkswagen.
no. There was another company that was making motorcycles for the Germans during the Second World War, but they were working with BMW at the time.
Volkswagen did make motorcycles for a period of time.
Volkswagen did make motorcycles. They also made tanks.
So, yeah, that's called an old Beetle.
Porsche also made the turrets for the tanks. They made the gearing that rotated the turrets.
No wonder those things always broke.
Lord.
That's why we won the war.
So I'm going to say my favorite one that I found was a Vespa.
Italy?
Oh, Vespa.
The Vespa 150 Tap. Field, if you would like to look that up really quickly.
The Vespa?
Vespa 150 Tap. And then show the audience. Show the class.
Show the class.
Just show them a picture.
Was this an off-base?
This was
Vehicle?
a military production vehicle for the Italian military.
Well, off-base?
Dude, it's got a cannon.
It was an anti-tank Vespa.
What?
What the?
If you shot it, the thing's going back 10 feet.
It had a 75 millimeter
Okay,
recoilless
okay.
rifle.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Piloted by 2 people. So one guy drove it, and there was another guy on the back that loaded the gun.
But say one guy drove it, the other guy stood behind it and held it still so it wouldn't roll backwards when they
Put
shot
the wheel
cannon.
shock underneath it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that was my favorite one. I found that, and I was like, this is hilarious.
This is
It was an
great.
anti-tank vehicle. They could run that thing up really quick.
So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's crazy. And by the way, when I say rabbit, the half-track motorcycle, was it, there's a couple movies that those are in. Saving Private Ryan, there's one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I feel like you see one, but they don't ride it in one of the Indiana Jones movies. I think there's one.
I think
You
they
can
do.
see-
I think they do.
I think you can see one in that movie.
Yeah.
And that would be, which one am I thinking of? The first Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
The same one where he's in the
Yeah.
desert fighting him.
Yeah.
Fighting the dude that gets run over by the airplane propeller. But yeah, there's in Saving Private Ryan, there's one that has like a huge cameo. It's road and everything.
Yeah.
You can see one. There's one, or there's a couple of them in Thin Red Line sitting all right next to each other in Thin Red
I think
Line.
it was a company called DKNP or
DKNY. They
Yeah.
quit making clothing to make motorcycles.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and
Oh.
just like Hugo Boss.
Donkey, New York. Yeah.
So, okay, so this
Hugo
thing,
Boss, one of the best
they-
designers ever.
So they called it the Kettengrad. If I've said that wrong, I apologize. But it had an Opel water cooled 4-cylinder engine, inline engine, 36 horsepower. But yeah,
Who made it?
NSU
Oh,
Motorworking.
okay.
You talk about the rabbit?
Yeah, the
The
half
half
track one.
The half track.
Yeah, but wasn't it nicknamed the Rabbit or something like that?
No, they just called it the Kettengrad.
I feel like I've heard it called a rabbit.
I've heard it called a rabbit as well, but that may be U.S.
That might be
terminology.
US.
Seeing them,
Yeah.
Maybe so.
I still like the Vespa.
Real skinny in the front, big
Yeah.
old
That
fat
Vespa's
rear.
great.
I still like the Vespa.
So, anyways, so the next in line is the KLR Diesel.
The well, yes.
Well,
Harley also had a competitor for that, and it didn't go anywhere.
Right. Did we have? So we didn't have motorcycles in Vietnam, with the exception of Honda Cubs that were already located in Vietnam.
Pretty much. We still actually use WLAs in Korea and Vietnam.
I could understand Korea. Vietnam was a little later.
They were still bringing WLAs.
That
in
is
there.
crazy.
I could not find.
Now, keep in mind, they still made that engine.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Because the Servicars, look up Servicar real quick.
I want a Servicar.
They made Servicars until like the 70s.
They did actually make military service cars too.
So, I knew that, but that's a base use vehicle.
Yes.
So and when I say base use, for anybody that doesn't understand, I don't think you see it as much anymore, but there has been military vehicles produced that were for on base use only, or stateside use only, or civilian city use, stuff like that.
What did you say it was?
The service car.
Yeah, Servicar. So it's SERVI car.
I want a Servicar.
It's short.
I know, right?
They call it a Servicar, Servi being short for service.
They did use those on base applications.
Yeah.
But what I found in my research.
Well, Jeep, they actually made a Grand Cherokee that was used for a period of time in the 90s as on base applications when they were trying to get away from the K5s and the Cut V, which I guess, what is that field? Is that a K20 Cut Vs?
Yes.
So
what I found is motorcycles were not necessarily truly applicable to military situations. You could only get one or two guys in. It wasn't really worth the effort to have them at the time.
true.
I mean, think about Vietnam.
But I did forget about the paratrooper bikes.
Yeah, well, that was the well bike.
So, but that was like a little
It was
pocket rocket that folded
It was
up.
a 98cc single made from 42 to 45.
But it literally like folded in half.
It folded in half, held its own oil and everything. Like everything was there.
Yeah, but give me, what was the last year they made the Servicar? So like
It was in the
Wikipedia,
70s. Wasn't it?
Wikipedia for Servicar. Yeah, but I think it was like forever. I thought it was like 78 or 79, but I think it was actually like 72.
I thought it was
73.
73, 74.
73.
So
32
Yeah.
to 73.
Yeah.
yeah, which was the 45 cubic inch flathead, which
Yep.
is what they put
They
on the
kept using
WL.
the same engine.
With the exception of the rear chassis where the Servicar bolts, the rest of the frame was also the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So after the WLA, military finally decided they wanted a motorcycle again. KLR 650, as known as the M103 M1.
So
Because the U.S. military can't use M1 enough.
so
Everything's an M1.
just to clarify, KLR 650 diesel.
Yes, but could also run on jet fuel.
Yeah, so
So
Hey,
what do they call that though?
it's called KPA.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
KPA is diesel and kerosene mix. So that's basically what they made it where you could have
But what do they call? They call them multi-fuel vehicles or
multi-fuel
something.
vehicles. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they make everything run on KPA just so you can literally I can put that in a tank or I can put it in a Humvee
Or in a deuce.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all the same. So even
Well,
like
it cuts
even-
down logistics.
Right.
You don't have to worry about
Right, you just
shipping
ship-
different
it's
types
just
of fuel.
one thing. It's
You have
basically
one
kerosene diesel mix. It's like kerosene and off-road diesel.
Yeah.
So is it red?
I mean, I don't know what color it is. Just put it
Don't
in
get
the
pulled
thing
over
and
with that shit.
run. But I mean, even the jets, it's KPA plus it's KPA plus 100.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
One gas for
That's
everyone.
what y'all ran in your propane heaters and stuff like
That's
that.
right. I keep
Or your kerosene heaters, I should say.
But
Because
that,
Iraq was so cold.
But it wasn't
It's
night.
so
The
cold.
desert gets cold at night.
It didn't when I was there.
Well, you were on an airbase.
Yeah, it was nice and warm.
Nice and warm.
that came out Desert Storm. That's
And those
Right.
things, and you can also like, so you can. So
The
you-
KLRs.
yeah, the KLR.
But you can
650.
also buy those, at military auctions, and they're two-wheel drive and do 150 and do like 120 plus miles an hour.
and get
Delta
96
Force.
Delta Force, baby.
We've all seen
96
Chuck Norris.
miles
Of
per
course.
gallon.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They had, I think I saw something that said they had like 7.5 or 8 gallon tanks.
So Kawasaki got that contract because they chose not to. Their original contract, or not contract, their original bid was from Harley Davidson for the MT500.
The MT350.
I've never even heard of MT350. I know an MT500 though.
So the MT350 was Harley's iteration of the MT500. The MT500 was the Armstrong company's version
Huh.
Both of them had Rotax single-cylinder engines. Both made about 30 to 50 horsepower. So the MT500 was actually not made by Harley-Davidson.
But it's badged as a Harley Davidson.
It was badged in certain circumstances. The only one that was actually badged Harley-Davidson was the MT350E, which was a 352cc.
Well, no, the MT500 is badged as a Harley Davidson.
Well, always badged as a Harley-Davidson.
I was gonna say, because I know people with MT. There's a guy in town that has an MT500. It's badged to Harley Davidson.
The MT500 was actually made by a company called Armstrong,
Yep.
that contracted with
I can
Harley.
also order you parts
It's
for
a
an
British military
MT500.
motorcycle made by Armstrong Motorcycles in Bolton, Greater Manchester, who acquired the rights to the Rotex engine and Dura motorcycles.
But what does it say about it being badged?
Doesn't say anything about it.
Because even like if you look up Bikes and Beards,
Yeah.
he had an MT500 that said Harley Davidson right on the side of it.
I'm not saying that
Yeah.
they didn't, but for the military applications, because the UK military used them, and they were badged Armstrong for the UK military.
Well, for the
Yeah.
U.S., there was only like 500 of them even
Yeah,
produced.
they did not.
Yeah, so I
they
mean-
didn't do.
And I don't think they ever saw military service at all. I think they all went civilian use.
Yeah, most of them. They probably kept them for a couple years and then surplused them out.
I
Because
mean, they
there's
like
really not a
that.
need for it. Look, you have a KLR
Yeah.
650. Who needs this crap?
Fair.
We need a new KLR 650. That's what we need.
I want the diesel one that gets 96 miles to the gallon.
Oh,
I want,
that would
I
be
want the
nice.
KLR 650 Adventure with the 650 Ninja motor.
I mean, so
You mean you want that too? Is what
I
you
do
mean?
want that too. So we have one less U.S. military motorcycle.
Okay.
So they've come out with one in the past couple years, and there was very little information about it.
Club style street.
Oh, God.
No, that's on the trailer.
It does
Wait, no,
matter.
Harley just came out with a couple military bikes. They came out with the GI collection on the Pan America and the Tri-Glide.
Gosh.
I want to see a tri-glide going over the desert.
I mean, we could put tracks on the back of it.
Oh, Lord.
It's the new half track.
It's a new
I mean, you just take the fenders off and you get the track kit that bolts on where the wheels are, like they put on the cars and
The
stuff.
best thing for that is to roll it into a landmine.
Well, that just sounds mean.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, facts. That is facts. Straight facts.
That is
So
rude, both
the
of
U.S.
y'all.
military went electric. The Zero MMX.
Yes.
That is the most recent
Yes.
military motorcycle.
But it's not the only thing the military is using that is part of the power sports industry.
They also have like the side by side type vehicles.
They have Polaris, not Indian, Polaris. Is it for the Army field
What's that?
Can-Am
that's
also.
using
Yeah.
Polaris?
Yeah.
But not only are they using side by sides, they have ATVs also.
Mhm.
They just have this goofy looking roll bar that goes over
And
the
all
top
the,
of.
it's all Polaris.
So, well, no, I know it's Polaris. It's the 500 or whatever.
Well, it was funny because I was going through this and I was like, Can-Am for military service? Side by side and ATV. I was like, oh, well,
Like,
that's
okay.
why. I was hoping there would be a spider out there.
Oh, the spiders.
Tracks on the front.
Tracks on the front.
The spiders.
Except the rear wheel is what drives it, but there's tracks on the front.
No, they're just going to take it to the desert. They're putting skis on the front. They're basically turning it back into a snowmobile like it should have been in the first place.
Daniel, you can't escape the spiders.
I know, I can't get rid of the spiders.
We thought camel spiders were big. Now imagine when you're sitting out there and all of a sudden here comes a Can-Am rolling over the top
Like,
of
first
it.
of all, who gave that idiot that thing?
Like,
It's got one of those like paddle wheels that
Yeah.
they use for off road,
Yeah.
like mudding.
Yeah. It's rather interesting, and I had forgotten about the Zero, so I've seen some stuff where they're using, and I don't know if it's the Zero or electric bicycles or whatever, but like SEAL Team
Yeah.
using them to get into
The
areas.
Zero is
Quiet. Is that what it is?
That's what I read. Now,
Okay.
I mean, mind you, this is relatively within the past like 5 years.
Well, they're can get into areas quietly.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for them to be out there on like the little electric razor scooters and stuff like that. They're like, we can put this in our backpack.
I stole a
Put it in
bird
my backpack.
scooter from the nearest
Yeah.
city.
Yep.
They're like,
I don't want to.
they're-
We'll wait till we're done recording, then you can tell us about those.
you land
stories.
in Trinidad and
Oh
go,
my God.
where's all the bird scooters? They're like, they're in the middle of the desert.
You have that one poor guy in a car going to pick him up in the morning. Like you do
You just go to your
downtown.
bird app, and there's like 40 of them in Syria.
Well, you got to have something because I've seen the photos of like I don't know what they call it over there, the interstate or highway or whatever, where it's like it's beautiful pavement, but there was a sandstorm, so
Yeah,
now there's like
just
these
dunes
dunes
over
right
across
across the
the-
middle of the road.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you going to drive your Lambo or your McLaren down that road?
It's
I
nice.
mean,
They just don't go down that road.
You just
Yeah.
crash it and buy a new one.
That's how
No.
Well, it runs out of gas, then they go back.
No, they park at long-term parking at the airport and never
Escape
come back
the
for
country.
it.
just leave
Yeah,
it.
because they failed to pay their back taxes on it.
Just leave it there.
So,
It's all right. No one
for anybody listening to this that's ever seen the videos about the exotic cars that have been abandoned at airports in the Middle East, it's because the Middle East has heavy laws and penalties on tax evasion. And that is what people are doing. They've got to situations where they can't pay their taxes and they are fleeing the country.
Yep.
So, and because of that, no one will ever be able to get their hands on these abandoned vehicles as much as people want to because they all belong to the government over there. And
Yeah.
they won't get rid of them. They will let them sit there and rot into the ground.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
It's a pretty good penalty if you're not paying your taxes.
yeah, but you know what the coolest and some of the fastest vehicles that are out there in the Middle East
The
are?
Nissan Patrols.
Yep.
The Nissan Patrols
Yes.
with the two JCs,
Yes.
like the
Super
giant
engine.
76 millimeter superchargers. Those guys, I mean,
Yes.
you watch the hill climbs and they're like going up the hill climbs. It's like in this 40-year-old Nissan
SUV.
Patrol.
That is straight facts.
It's like, what
Yes.
in the
I
crap?
love-
But there is a couple guys with like two JZ Toyota pickups that are doing
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
Well, I love watching the videos that they'll line up on these desert highways with
Oh,
like
yeah.
Lambos, Ferraris, like all these high-end hypercars.
The guy comes up with the
beat to
Patrol.
shit, Nissan Patrol, and
Frickin-
just smokes every
Yeah,
single
well,
one
Yep.
of them.
It's like you're looking at it, and it's like, what's this guy gonna do? And then they give him like the get ready, and all of a sudden you hear that Patrol do the two-step,
Yeah.
and it's like, bah, 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 and you're like, oh crap!
Oh.
But then it's the next video of them, like 6 of them in a Toyota Avalon, spinning that thing down the freeway.
No, they're changing the tire when it's on its
Yeah,
side.
it's on
But yeah,
two
that
wheels.
too. Oh yeah, that stuff's funny. Oh yeah, that's
So apparently, I think I heard this the other day. I think they said they call that skating or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've watched those videos enough, but
Literally, yeah, I have watched a video where the dude rotated the tires.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all do that in Humvees?
No.
No.
So
only
on
when they
to,
rolled it down a hill to flip it over.
to touch bases on a couple more. Like I said, just in honor field. So you said you had a Humvee that you rolled around in.
That's here. Over there, we all rode in Toyota Hiluxes and up armored SUVs.
Nice.
That's dope. So
Hey, that's cool,
Oh, they
Suburbans.
finally
Listen,
got
if it's,
smart.
good, hey, if it's good enough for the enemy, it's good enough for us.
Suburbans.
No.
What were your up
diesel
armor?
Land Cruisers.
Oh.
So it started off as a $100,000 vehicle.
Like the new gen
Yeah.
Land Cruiser that they still have.
It started out as a $100,000 diesel Land Cruiser, and then they just put 4 inches of armor all around.
Nice.
That's
That's
cool.
That's
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's companies that in stateside that make the up armored Suburbans.
Yeah.
They'll actually do them in diesel and stuff like that. And I know if you go back to like when we first went to the war in Iraq, there were some up armored Ford Excursions that they were using and
But a
stuff at that
majority
time.
of that, like a majority of those were like contract work. Because I mean,
Special
we were-
op.
Well, not even special ops, like
Well,
contractors, like
yeah.
watering them.
Yeah. Well,
For
and-
us, we were still riding around in
Well, or like,
soft shelled Humvees. I mean,
well, like the
World War II Jeep. They
what
drug
was
out
it?
for
The CIA 13 hours. They were CIA,
yeah,
right?
that was CIA.
Yeah. Which of course they weren't riding around in up armored vehicles. They were riding around in
Just Suburbans, and
And-
Explorers, and Tahoes.
Yeah.
and Land Cruisers.
Yeah, just normal stuff. Yeah.
whatever would blend in over there.
Right.
They're like, we need to blend in the best we can. I got a Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
Sounds good
See you
to
later.
me. So,
See you later, Brett.
Kyle, come back.
Now come back.
Monster Energy sticker on the side.
There's so many holes in this drywall.
That's perfect.
I have a feeling. I'm going to say this now. I have a feeling there's a handful of Humvees over there that probably have either Monster Energy or Red Bull stickers
Oh,
hidden on
100%.
them.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Like, it's like you don't see it anywhere, but as soon as you pop that hood, like, the whole inside of the hood is sticker bombed.
I mean, honestly, truthfully, to this day, let's see, we went over there in 2003. I mean, there's still stuff from 2003, like walls painted, all sorts of stuff. I mean, nothing. You just add more paint.
Hey, why not?
Yep.
I mean, honestly.
You know what that really reminds me of? There was a story that came out years ago. It was a plumbing company out of Texas sold their truck to an auction.
Oh yeah, I know
and it
that
got
story.
sent to the Middle East, and then there were pictures on like the BBC.
Oh yeah,
It's like Bob's Plumbing or
Yeah, it was
something like
Bob's
that.
Plumbing was turned into a technical.
Yeah.
So that whole thing, that car lot got sued
Yeah.
because so when you're releasing a commercial vehicle, there's paperwork that you sign or whatever
Yeah.
that says, "Hey, we will basically
Remove all the logos.
take everything off of this vehicle before selling it." Period. And I guess they decided to sell it on eBay, and when the dude from Nigeria or whatever was like, "I would like to buy your truck," they were like, "Okay, cool, we'll sell this."
We're gonna send it to Afghanistan.
Yeah. I don't know why the guy in Nigeria wants us to ship this thing to
So like
the United Arab Emirates.
I'll have to find the picture of it. So there was an F-150 on base that had a front license plate on it that was a Hamilton County, Tennessee.
Really?
Did you take a picture
I've
of
got
it?
a picture of it somewhere else.
Nice.
But
nice.
it was
awesome.
Hamilton County, Tennessee plate.
That's
Did you
funny.
freak out when you saw it, I
I
guess?
was like, oh crap!
Like, oh crap.
But he was trucking along because it was I don't know, it wasn't like a military. It was one of the contractors on base.
Nice.
So yeah, it was just
He imported his own truck.
It was a white.
Yeah.
It was a white extended cab F-150, and I looked at that front plate. I'm like, oh, look, the Tennessee plate. And then I saw it again. I was like, oh crap, this is Hamilton County.
Well, we have, I won't say what company, I won't say his name or anything like that. We have somebody here in town, Daniel has met him before and might not even realize it, that for about 18 years he was contractor.
Yeah,
We'll call it that.
yeah, that's fair.
So I'll tell you
Yeah.
later. So, but anyways, time for Field's favorite part. So hang on before we do that.
Ooh.
Field said he hates Chop Right Sale.
I didn't say I hate.
I did hear
I
hate.
just said it's not my favorite.
I heard you skipped it.
But why is it that you don't like Chop Right Sale? Because so many people do.
Well, and that's what I said. I don't know. Honestly, it's just kind of one of those things. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, the content's over. Chop Right Sale's cool. And I'll listen to it every now and then. Like I listen to.
It might be because we've had so many personal conversations about different bikes.
Probably. I mean,
That you're like, oh, this is the same old, same old.
Yeah, that's
I've
what I'm
heard.
saying. So, like I said, like as I've been on.
But you should listen to it because here lately, I've sold some Harleys and kept other stuff.
Well, I mean, let's be real.
About 10 episodes,
Okay, so
I went
let's
on
be
a
real.
Dyna
I
rant
really-
about why do people think a Dyna's the greatest
I
motorcycle
just
ever
bought
made.
a Dyna.
I know.
And then I rode this. I rode this KTM over here. I said, "Holy crap!"
Yeah. So real quick before we do Chop Right Sale, Field rode the KTM.
He rode my KTM.
What'd you think of that KTM?
Oh, okay. So first of all, I was just riding around the parking lot, at y'all's place, just kind of see where the clutch was and where it let out.
And I told you before you got on it
He
to
said,
be careful.
"Hey, it'll put you on your butt. You'll loop it. Be careful." So I'm just riding around, and I look around, and I just see the girls laughing because I was like, "Man, this thing does a really good wheelie."
Yeah.
That thing is super fun. It's torquey as crap. It's
And it
a
just,
blast.
in curves, it just goes.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I had a blast on the thing. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The Dyna bike, I'm going to enjoy that. But the KTM's dope.
There was also something Daniel wanted to mention about me on this episode.
I did.
Daniel received a photo the other day.
So you rode something
Oh,
I rode a
near
motorcycle.
and dear to my heart.
I rode a motorcycle.
And I heard a very positive review.
I know where this is going.
So, okay. Bluntly, I rode the KZP. I rode the Police Kawasaki
1,000.
1000, and I fell in love with that bike.
I think it's a 99 model or
Yeah.
a 2000.
I personally think a lot of that love, probably 80% of that love,
From
is
Chips.
is because I was a huge Chips fan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the it has a sentimental value when I'm riding that motorcycle. Okay, because while out riding, I very briefly got on the KZ1000 and was like, "No, thank you."
Yeah.
So
Well, you're also talking about 25 years of technology difference
well,
too.
also the seating position. No, not that. It was literally that seat
Yeah.
with the handlebars, the fairing, windshield, floorboards, the tour pack as a backrest. it was a very nice, luxurious motorcycle. If you ever want to ride one, they are fantastic. I highly suggest doing it. I highly suggest don't riding at 70 miles an hour because it's 70 miles an hour. For some reason, don't know if it's the windshield or what, the back end starts to feel a little wobbly. I'll say after 80, though, it starts to hunker down a little bit more. But literally, like every time I pulled out of off a street or from a red light, either was screaming the Chips theme song, or like one time Lewis took off and I'm chasing after him, going woo 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 woo. So
Hey, I got
nobody
sick
got out of my
photos.
way though, unfortunately.
I was gonna say.
So that being said, if anybody local to Chattanooga has a KZ1000P that they would like to sell, I would like to buy one.
No
Yes,
guy.
Daniel wants one.
They're fun.
So please message me.
They're fun.
I'm not going to pay what you want though.
Right.
We are going to. We're working on it. It might be a little while because we have to get on Lewis's schedule, and we have a lot of stuff coming up in November. And so basically, if the weather's nice in December, we might try and get it worked out. So we are going to do, like it's not really a bike shootout, but we're going to have a motorcycle merry-go-round. Daniel heard
Oh,
briefly
Lord.
about this. Me and Lewis kind of solidified the information
I
on
haven't
this.
heard about this.
So we're going to take the KTM, my Street Glide, and the KZP, and we're going to go to Suck Creek,
Yeah.
and we're going to do a merry-go-round.
Okay.
So like you'll ride,
that'd be cool.
you'll go up and down one time on the KZP,
Yeah.
up and down one time on the KTM, up and down one time on the Street Glide.
Okay.
So, and that's not going to be because, to be honest, we love all three bikes, and we're going to have fun on all three bikes. So it's not like a bash thing. It's more like those are three completely different worlds of motorcycles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, the KTM is the concept with that is the fast on a small bike, fun, having fun on a budget, coming from people that are used to much bigger and much faster motorcycles. The Kawasaki is going to be that whole nostalgia and feeling of riding something that's just cool.
Yeah.
And the Street Glide being a traditional touring motorcycle that's turned into something designed to handle the twisty roads like that.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
So it'll definitely be a good time because we'll have all three of our opinions on all three motorcycles
Yeah.
ridden in a back-to-back sequence. So it might be one of those things where it's like, you know, hey, the KTM was the best on those, followed by the Street Glide. The Kawasaki was a little sketch. It was fun on the straight parts, but it might have been. And that's the thing because
I mean, that's true.
That's
That's
probably where
already
it's going to
gonna
be
be
at.
true.
The,
Yeah.
the Kawasaki is going to be a blast to ride, but it will probably be the slowest through there, not because it's the
Age.
slowest bike. Well, it's
Technology.
technology.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That-
Because that KTM will probably the KTM will probably be the fastest just because you can run corners faster in that
Mhm.
thing. If the Street Glide beats it, it's only because coming out of corners
You have that power.
you have the
Right.
power to go faster.
But then again, on Suck Creek Road, you do have some straightaways,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of twisties in there.
Well, you can also straighten out some of those twisties too.
That is true.
But that's going to be, we're going to have ground rules on this. And like I said, it's not racing. But obviously it's yeah. We're not racing. As Daniel gives me air quotes. Listen here, Dr. Evil. It's not racing.
No, you have to do this.
So,
$1 million.
$1
The-
million.
missile.
Miss-
So that'll be fun. Look for that. Like I said, I can tell you now, it's probably not going to be in November because the first weekend in November, I've got to go out of town. The second weekend in November, we have a wedding. The third weekend in November is the only weekend I have free. The fourth weekend in November is the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So then the first weekend in December, we have a toy run.
Yep.
That's
So-
when the toy runs start.
No, they
No,
start in
they've already
November.
started.
Well, yeah, they have already
Some
started.
have already started. Yes.
There are toy runs
No,
year-round.
for the most part, the last toy run is the first Sunday in December,
It's the April
which is
Christmas
the biggest
toy
toy,
run.
Right,
which is
right.
the biggest toy run that we have around here.
Yeah.
So, otherwise, yeah, I had fun on a Kawasaki.
Could you, I couldn't hear you over here. You know, I'm about 3 feet away from you.
I rode the KTM all day on Monday and had a freaking blast.
You know what? I'll take that one too.
Yep, time for chop
That
ride
was
sale.
fun.
Chop ride sale.
So,
Pass out the chips.
oh, she gets 3.
Yep.
I get 3. We have someone that we can give 3 to, although he doesn't know that many motorcycles. He's probably done a lot of
I
research
probably,
though.
yeah, but honestly, truthfully, in this room, I probably have the least knowledge on motorcycles.
Yeah, but you probably have done a lot of reading while you're
I've done a
over
lot of
there.
reading.
Oh, reading.
Oh,
You read?
I can't.
this is a pretty interesting mix that I have, but I know which one I'm selling already.
The Tron bike.
No, I don't have the Tron.
Oh, I've actually got an interesting setup this time.
I've got a very interesting setup. Heather hates her hand.
I've gotten some that we don't pull that often.
Because I've gotten 3 that I normally already get. It's fine.
Can we give her 3 more?
I can give you 3 more. Do you
Heather,
want
just
to
stack those 3.
reshuffle?
Reshuffle.
You can't keep any of them.
No, I'm not. I don't want to keep any of them.
Okay,
There's the new 3.
no 3. Yeah, shuffle those 3. Maybe they'll be different.
Yeah.
What did she have? Let me see. So I'll read them out loud.
I've gotten those.
She
Like,
had
recently.
the Panigale before. She has had that recently.
Mhm.
The Goldwing, she had that just a couple episodes ago. And the Diavel, she had like on the last
episode.
Yeah.
So, well, technically it won't be the last episode. It'll be the episode before because
Yeah.
the last episode that y'all would have listened to after listening to this is the drag race episode. That being said, October 29th, if you are into drag motorcycles, Brainerd Motorsports Park here in Chattanooga, October 29th, the Southeastern Drag Bike Association is going to be having their drag races out at Brainerd Motorsports Park. Phil would love to go to that, but Phil has prior obligations in teaching people how not to die in the woods when they ride their Pan Americas.
That I do.
So,
All right, Heather, do you want
how
to start
not
us
to bleed
off?
out.
Yeah.
I will start.
How to apply a Band-Aid.
It's ouchie, blah, band-aid.
This is how you take Tylenol.
Put Band-Aid on ouchie.
On an ouchie. So, I have the Sportster S.
Okay.
A Boss Hoss.
I
Okay.
can totally see you cruising down the highway on that one.
And a Triumph Bonneville.
Okay. I haven't gotten that one in a little while.
Yeah.
I know what I'd do.
So, I'm selling that Boss Hoss.
Very, very, yes, I hope
Yep.
Yeah.
And Lewis will buy it.
Yeah.
I spiked it when I
Say
clapped.
Lewis will buy it. So, for this one, I am just going to ride that Bonneville
Okay.
because I've seen a lot of stuff done to that Sportster S that I can do.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
been some crazy stuff come out in the
Yeah.
past couple
Yeah.
months that people have done.
Yeah.
Build a Bronx.
So
Right?
Yeah.
it's
That's
not
true.
Down that road.
It's a that road.
I'm not talking about that right now. Filled.
I have the Pan Am,
Okay.
the RF Interceptor,
Okay.
and Hurricane.
Okay. Do you know what?
Yes, I already looked it up.
Okay.
I did. I'm gonna sell the Hurricane.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh, that's
ride,
a shame.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride the Pan Am,
Okay.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna chop up the Interceptor.
Okay.
Okay. What are you gonna do to the Interceptor?
Oh, it's just gonna be it'll either be like some type of bomber or a cafe racer. Mostly a cafe race. They'll probably get some knobby tires, honestly.
There
Yeah,
you go.
why not? That'd be fun.
Throw it in,
Turn it into like a
put-
scrambler.
Yeah, put it
Yeah.
like a scrambler, put a lattice exhaust, chain
Yeah.
drive it, and just have fun.
Yeah.
Daniel?
I have a Ducati 916,
Oh.
a 636,
Hey.
and the M109.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Please keep the M109 pristine, or you can sell it to Lewis.
I will absolutely sell the M109 to Lewis because I know he loves those
He
just
loves-
as much as he loves Jeeps.
Favorite
He loves
motorcycle.
those.
Him and Jeeps and M109s.
They just,
You know?
yeah. I mean,
Well, I mean, it's a perfect mall crawling motorcycle.
I mean, the only thing that Lewis loves more than Boss Hoss and Kawasaki's are M109s and Jeeps.
That's what I heard.
So,
Yeah, speaking of that, where is he?
No Show Jones?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you ready for my lineup? I have-
Done with it?
It doesn't matter. You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the Ducati
Oh, yeah.
like it is, and then 636 can turn into track
I
bike.
just
Oh,
wanted
there you
to
go.
say it.
There you go. He just want to say it.
Just wanted to say it.
I'm surprised he's not turning the 636 into a stunt bike.
Track bike, stunt bike. I mean, really, the line between them is crash bars.
So, you ready for my mix? A shovel head,
Okay.
a Buell,
Okay.
and a Scout.
Oh.
I have a feeling I know which one's going to get sold.
Which one's being sold?
Shovelhead.
No.
Definitely keeping the shuffle.
Oh, no.
No. You know why? Because I'm a real American. I'm going to make the Indians go somewhere else.
So you're selling that Scout.
Jesus.
You're selling the Scout.
No disrespect to Native Americans. It's just a joke.
We lost all three of those listeners.
All three of those.
Well, the three that are still listening are still pissed off about Washington Redskins. So, I'm going to shovel head chop. I'm building Sean's bike. That's all there is to it.
I can see that.
Yes.
And a Buell,
Just, I mean,
yeah.
just ride it.
XB12S Firebolt.
Yep.
Or I don't think it's an XB12S, but anyways, a Firebolt.
Yeah. I know which one you're
Just
talking
ride
about.
it. The red, so the red had like a gold windshield, gold lettering, gold wheels on it.
That's
on
a
the
good looking
red.
bike.
Yeah, I still as many people that don't like a Buell, I think like an all original Buell Firebolt, either that or the blue that had the white windshield with white lettering and white wheels.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that'd be cool.
Either way, it'd be dope.
I do like a Buell. I'm just saying, I like a Buell. I like to have a Buell.
I like Buells.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.